It's also never been demonstrated, I believe, at least no one has shown me concrete evidence scientifically that the tailings ponds can even be reclaimed. The oil company guys will tell you that they can, and I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just saying that it hasn't been demonstrated yet. And the impression that I get when I weigh everyone's perspectives here is that there are a lot of intelligent people working this problem right now, but that there's a stampede, there's a gold rush that we haven't seen in North America since 1849. And it's slowed down a little bit because of the recession, but it's going to pick up as the cost of a barrel of oil gets to that threshold level, which it's hovering at right now, and will almost certainly go beyond, at which point it's going to accelerate. And the curve is going to go, quite steeply. And what I'm seeing is there are a lot of gray areas. I believe that given this huge economic incentive to Alberta, that the resources should be made available because it will be worth it in the long run. It will be a good investment in the future to do the science and to make sure that the science is transparent, that it's open to the public, that it's not funded by industry, that it's independently, that there's independent oversight, that there's proper peer review, and that the policies that come out of it the policies that are enacted, the regulations that are enacted, are based on science, based on proper studies, not oil company studies, because they'll bring in studies this thick that they're happy to pay for because it makes a good prop on the table at a hearing or at a press conference like this. But independent science, and I think that the world is looking at what you here in Alberta do. And the decisions that are made here are really going to shape the energy policy of the future. Of course, our the energy policy where I live in the United States is it's brain dead, just slowly coming out of a coma, right now. Right down there, we're looking at a government system that's relatively paralyzed when it comes to energy. They can't even use the term, and I've heard this directly from the mouths of senators who are trying to introduce energy legislation, that they can't even use the term. They can't even use the term climate change. So, I say all this as by way of preamble to what's really the key issue before us here today, which is the impact on the First Nations communities and on the natural habitats of Alberta, on which they survive to some extent with their traditional hunting and fishing, and it's a part of their diet.